Hi, my name is Kelly Elsas with IdeateTV. We are here at the Dances with Films Festival, and I'm sitting here with Zayre, and we are talking about Bembe.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Perfect both times.
Yes. Tell me about your inspiration for this project.
Well, the root of this project actually started with my father. He was a singer during the salsa golden age in the 70s and 80s. It happened in New York.
That's right.
And it was a world that we grew up in. And then I just always wanted to tell stories in. These people kind of created this amazing genre. And we had this amazing experience of like what immigrants can add to a culture. Like it's a culture that we're still enjoying to this day, that's still vibrant. But their stories haven't really been told. And I feel like it's important to get those stories out there while they're still around to see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the course. My dad is actually the singer on stage. We dragged him out of his home in Panama and brought him up so that he could sing for us and be the center, since he was the inspiration.
Wait, that's amazing.
Yeah. It was fun.
Did you like working with your dad?
He was very nervous. He was I was surprised because he's been singing since he was 17 years old.
Yeah.
And he's 74 now. And he was just like, he just wanted to do a really good job for us.
That's really
So
sweet.
he was really nervous. And we're like, you're going to do great. You've literally done this tens of thousands of times.
Yeah,
so
100%.
you're going to be all right. But I thought that was really sweet. He put his whole heart into it.
That is really sweet. Also really special for you guys too, I feel.
It really was. And it's something that we're always going to have. So like the story is a little moment in time of experiences that he had in New York. Like I just combined it with my own experience, like with my own love of art and my own personality for the character of Annette, and kind of put myself in one of the many adventures that he had, like being a musician in New York during those times.
Yeah, that's really cool. Also, we were just talking a little bit off camera about the casting process for this, and I'm really curious if you would like to retell.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We were very lucky with the casting. We had a wonderful casting director, Danielle and Elizabeth, and we just really wanted to represent, like in the story, like what I was picturing was like this wide world. Like our Latino experience is being from a bunch of different countries and just being in the same room and everybody just thinking we're all the same thing from the same place. So we had a really diverse Afro-Latino cast that it was just really beautiful for me. And it's something that I've been wanting to see. And it's rare, like we don't get to see it often enough. But they're so talented. Our protagonist, Natalie Navarro, like Mauro Castillo, who was in Encanto, and Fernando Huck, which is funny enough, went to high school with my sister. And she spoilered for him because I was like, oh, I found this great actor. His name is Fernando Huck. He's Puerto Rican, because he wore a Puerto Rico shirt on his audition. And she's like, are you sure he's not Panamanian? And I'm like, I don't know. And then she messaged him. She's like, I think you just got the role that you auditioned for.
Stop. That's so
yeah,
cool.
Before his agent got to call him. And then Rafael Castillo, who's amazing, is a Nemesis now, which is the #1 show on Netflix. They're just so talented. Like I really feel like in a few years, looking back at the short, it's just gonna be like incredible. Like the weight of actors. They're like, what is this ensemble?
That's
that
really cool though. Also, it sounds
Yeah.
like everything was very like meant to be and like fell into place in a way.
It did. And like it was just like, I mean, also I wrote on a TV show called Our Flag Means Death, and then everybody came together. Like my producer was a writer on that show, and our extra, the trumpet player, and then we got Vico to come play Spinley, like the funny little guy. Through our family. Even David Jenkins, who was our showrunner, like contributed so that we could have our actors in and give them a place to stay. Like it was. I feel like everything conspired to like make it happen, and that's all I could see. Like all I could feel was really grateful that everybody I loved showed up and did their best and tried to do everything they could to make it happen.
That's really, really cool. Also, you were saying too that it takes place in New York and it was shot in LA.
Yes.
And you were saying some really cool things about the location.
Yes. So we were able to make this film through the support of the Inevitable Foundation. They had a visionary fellowship for 5 disabled filmmakers. And one of the, prerequisites of the grant was that you had to film in LA. So we were lucky enough, our producer, Yvonne Zima, was able to get us a location. Shane Black generously let us use his house because it happens to have an 80s nightclub in the attic. Yeah. And it's just this really interesting space with like bright colors and interesting angles. And so I remember art director walked in there and was like, no, no,
That's really funny.
There's not a straight angle in here. And I'm like, no, we could make it work, because any problem that we have, our characters had when they walked in here to open this club. You know, like Ramon was assigned this club and it had these roofs and these colors and these angles, and he made it work. So we're going to make it work also. It'll be part of the story.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. That mentality is really cool, that like you guys are going into this, but it's the characters that are also dealing with it. I think that's really,
that's
really cool.
The best way to think of it. I mean, and we were also very lucky, because I just found it really beautiful, and I love weird spaces. Like it's you're not going to find another place that looks just like that. So it's just going to give your film a more unique look.
Yeah. Also, that's the best, I feel like, if you have a location that like no one else can really encapsulate, if that makes sense.
Not in the same way.
Yeah.
But we definitely, Shane is really generous to like up and coming filmmakers. Like he likes to support. So I think other shorts have been filmed in different spots of the house. So it's possible somebody else has shot in the attic, but like we dolled it up and it looked like a nightclub by the time we were done.
Yeah.
Like with our art director, she's like, okay, no promises, but I'm going to go and like, I'm going to make it work. And she did. And she threw up curtains in the exact right places. Then I felt like I was in New York in the 80s.
That's really, really cool. What is something you would want people to take away from this film? Like,
I mean, the thing that I love the most about the world and the time, like, I know that when we're used to thinking about music and musicians, we think about the rise and fall story, like about becoming the richest, most famous person and how that will destroy you.
Yeah.
But there's so much more going on. Like there's so many more musicians who have spent their whole life just loving music and sharing it with each other. And like we had a little concert, you know, in the park with my dad and the soundtrack songs, and all his old friends like just showed up to play, and they didn't know that they were going to be there. They surprised each other, but they were just so happy to see each other because they had shared all these beautiful moments. Like they shared their life and music together. And I think that's something that we forget and we lose sight of, like the fact that we're making art because we love it, and that we can find people who love it with us. And that's a good life. Like it's not, the focus doesn't have to be being the biggest and the baddest and the most famous. Like I think that that starts to make you sad. And also you lose perspective about how lucky we are to have something that we love. Everybody doesn't have a passion. Like I think we take it for granted. And that's the core, I think, of Bembe for me, is finding something you love and finding people to love it with you.
Yeah. That's so crazy. I was just saying that the other day, how it's like not everybody, not everyone gets to find, like if you have a passion, I think it's like so special. So it's so funny because I literally was saying that to my friend the other day. So it's really cool that you just said that. What else do you think, what was like your biggest challenge working on this?
I mean, for me in particular, I would say I'm immune compromised. So after like COVID and stuff, I had to stay in more than most people.
Yeah.
So the production was my first like job out. Like I'd been working over Zoom, the writer's room, everything I'd been doing over Zoom, like everything was remote. So this was going to be my first in-person work. So it really mattered that it was with the Inevitable Foundation and with this fellowship, because their goal was to make, they want to make sets accessible and to show that it's just a simple thing, that it's not like asking for something out of the ordinary. So, we had air filters, we had masks, and each one of us had different needs, like each of the 5 filmmakers that were selected. So each set was accessible in a way that was specific to us. But it made all the difference because it was scary, like to live like 5 years. And then my doctor was like, you go outside, you go die. And I'm like, okay.
I'm scared.
Yeah, exactly. So to go out, it was amazing to like have your hand held by a bunch of people who really cared to make the process as not just, survivable, but like wonderful. And so that like steady calming. And then once I was in, I'm like, that's right. I can do anything. This is great. I got all of these skills still, like, and then with this accessibility, like I'll be safe and then I can just keep it going. But that was the thing that was foremost in my mind that I thought would be the hardest to tackle, and that ended up being great.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a really inspiring story too.
I appreciate it. It meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
They were like, shucks, and I'm like, no, I said, this is amazing and super important.
Yeah, because
and it means everything to me. Because it just showed. I mean, I think I did doubt for a while there when things started to change if I was going to be able to like work again in a normal way. And then, I was after this production, the answer was yes. Be like, yeah, you can do it. And the things that you need to make the space accessible, like you can ask for the things that you need, and it's not going to take anything away from the art and the project and the schedule or anything that's important.
Yeah.
So that was wonderful.
Did you always know that you were going to be a filmmaker?
In a way, I knew I was going to be a storyteller. I used to like sneak under my parents' bed and type on a little typewriter. That's I thought cool. was a toy.
Yeah.
That my mom used to steal from her jobs when she used to be a secretary.
Yeah.
So I was doing that since I was 3 years old. Like I was always writing these stories, and I knew I wanted to be a director, but I couldn't go to film school. I wasn't allowed. I had to go to a commuter school near my house because my mom didn't want me to leave the state.
Yeah.
So I went to the library, and I was like, I'm gonna make my own film school in the library. So I saw this documentary called The Film School Generation.
Oh, that's cool.
And then George Lucas said, if you want to be a director, either just start producing, and I didn't know what a producer was. He goes, or get a camera and just start filming. And I'm like, I am poor, I don't have camera money. And he goes, or write a script, and then if you write it really good, they'll let you direct it. And I'm like, I have paper, so I can start writing. So that started like I was like, I'll learn screenwriting so that I can direct. But that led to like an amazing writing career. Like I got my MFA from NYU. I mean, I worked unscripted, and I got to create a show for Netflix called Tijuana. And then I worked on Our Flag Means Death, which is an amazing queer pirate comedy on HBO Max.
That's
that
cool.
was a lot of fun. And then I'm like, well, remember we want to direct. I'm like, I mean, writing is amazing. But it started to come together, and I'm like, I'm going to make a push for it. And it was great. It's like a long journey of like building your craft and getting strong at different things, and having different skills that all culminated in like, I came with strong writing. I came with producing skills. I came with all of the things that I had built up to now. But this is the first project that I like officially direct after wanting to do it since I was a wee teenager.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Also, do you remember your first script, like what you wrote about?
Yes. Okay, I was 10.
I'm excited for this.
And people like this. I used to tell this story at NYU, and they're like, you got to tell Linda Goldblatt, because she was going to be my producing teacher.
That's cool.
That I love Dirty Dancing. Okay. And I thought Patrick Swayze was the best.
Yeah.
And
obviously.
I just wanted him to dance again. And then he didn't want to dance again. He announced he's never going to dance again on film.
No.
And that he was just going to do action movies. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to write an action movie with dancing in it.
That's so good.
So that he will do this. So I did this full action feature about these two cops that have to go undercover at a nightclub as dancers.
Yeah.
And so he danced, and he got to do his action stuff, and my dreams would be fulfilled. So I was 10, so the writing probably wasn't there to get it produced. But when I started NYU, so Linda, it was the executive producer of Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
So I didn't see her until almost the second year. But every time I told the teacher like why I started dancing, they're like, you have to tell Linda. And then I told her, and she's like, I'm going to tell Patrick. So at least I know that Patrick Swayze knew about it before he passed. He knew that he launched me on my journey, my deep love for him and appreciation of his dancing. And I stand by that action movie. I think it had a good bones.
Yeah.
I could probably still make it work now.
No, I do too. I honestly hope you make it.
Okay. I do too. Like there's part of me that I want to do that for that kid. But there's no Patrick Swayze. So I don't know. I don't know who would take that role.
True. I feel like that's tough.
Big shoes to fill.
Where can people follow your career, and where can people watch this movie?
Well, right now we're going through the festival, so we don't have a streaming home or a distributor. So you can follow us on my Instagram, Zayre Ferrer. I think also on Substack, on all the nerdy platforms like Blue Sky and Substack, but mainly Instagram, which my sister runs for me very diligently. And then we keep all of our festival activities there. And when we have a distributor, we'll keep it there also. Because our hope is that Bembe, the short, like, is a glimpse into a much bigger world, and that we're able to make a Bembe feature that just really tells you the sweeping story of what it was like to try to make it in this like really fabulous, exciting artistic world.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you for reminding me of all these wonderful things, the questions you asked.
Yeah, the first script, it has to happen somehow.
I'll keep you posted.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.